All right, everybody. Happy Monday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, it's always good. I think we should have just a day like let's we roast a roasting day. When I was a coach, w like for all the seniors at the end of the year, like coming into the end of the year, I don't know, Coach Buck, you, Coach Bill, if y'all do this, but we would have a roasting day, like where we would come in and we would roast the seniors. Andrea says, I do not like that kind of humor, just so you know, but I actually
I
like it
would
kind of, I
probably
kind of
mute it.
like it. I kind of
I
like
would mute it.
it. She would mute it just so put a one in the comment if you think a roasting day is something we could have here. We could start with Arlene, Miss Arlene Hutchinson out of Texas. No, I'm kidding, Arlene.
How
We
about
would
a
never.
compliment day where
We could do
everybody
a
comes on?
compliment
Yeah,
day too.
Summer's
I feel
like
like we
for
do
sure.
that.
Summer, you're
Yeah.
a weirdo.
Okay. All right. Listen, we had two birthday people this weekend, Maggie and Lance McAllister. So happy birthday to you, two beautiful humans. We're going to sing to you since you're on today. And Lance, Mr. Iron Man, was like pumping up like 450 pounds on his Facebook page today. It's just so everybody knows. Um, and Lance, you got a little competition because Coach Buck, I mean, this guy's up at like 4:30 in the morning, like training. He's a machine as well. So love it, love it, love it. All right. Well, the word for today is enthusiasm. And I got to kick this thing off. But if you look at enthusiasm, it's having or showing intense or eager enjoyment, interest, approval. Let me ask you a question. Do you like being around people that are just high on life? Well, let me tell you, it's a work in progress for anybody, right? Like nobody gets up every day and they're just high on life. It's actually a work. It's got to be something almost like taking out the garbage. Like you got to want to do it. You got to want to bring the enthusiasm. And so Henry Ford once said, you can do anything if you have enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is like the yeast that makes your hopes rise to the stars. So here's the thing. If you want to grow in business, bring the enthusiasm because people will come from miles around to want to be around that. So to back it up, I actually come across this and put it in my notes. If you, how many of you put a one in the comment if you've ever read Think and Grow Rich? Napoleon Hill. Now, on point number 22, right? He listed like 31 major causes of failure. Point number 22 was a lack of enthusiasm, right? Now, I don't know who all in here played sports growing up, but nobody that played sports loves playing for someone, a coach that is, mom, mom, mom. Hey guys, we're going to go to practice today and we're going to run about 100 wind sprints. And by the way, we got to work out after. And when we get done, we got an hour of film study to do. Put your hand in the middle. Let's break this thing down on mom, mom, mom. Right? No one plays for anybody like that. Like they want to play for somebody that's like, get your hand in the middle. We're about to crush this thing today. Like enthusiasm. So, point number 22 for Napoleon Hill, he said, without enthusiasm, one cannot be convincing, right? Enthusiasm's contagious. The person who has it is under control, and people want to be around that person. So, let me ask you a question. Is that something you need to work on? You don't have to have a show of hands, right? But the real secret to success is absolutely having enthusiasm. And I'm going to end with this. I'm just going to scrap notes that I took. I'll say this, in a world of AI, in a world of social media, in a world where you're getting in the Uber, took my daughter on a birthday deal, and we saw these Ubers riding. Nobody's at the steering wheel, right? Huh. In a world filled with automation, if you really want to rock, doesn't matter. Coaching, network marketing, you want to rock something, show up with enthusiasm. Show up as a human. Show up and it's like, this is the real. This is the real. It doesn't mean we don't leverage AI. It doesn't mean we don't use technology. It doesn't mean, Arlene, right, that we don't get on social media. But we better be showing up with a smile on our face because guess what? That robot can't move, right? It's the smile you might not see, right? So if I was an Uber driver, I'd be showing up and making people real happy to get in the back of my car. We got to think the same way in our profession, what we're trying to grow at. Like we got to show up with the boom. We got to show up with that enthusiasm. We got to show up with that smile. We got to show up with that compliment, right? If I want to change my business today, pick up the phone and call somebody because guess what? They know when it's a robot, but they really like when it's you and it's you being happy and you showing up with some enthusiasm. So, Andrea Rosser, I'll turn it to you. That's my thought today. I felt like I was on a little was preaching from the front of the room.
You were
Okay. I
enthusiastic,
was
coach.
enthusiastic.
You
I
were
was trying to find,
enthusiastic.
yeah. There you go.
So I gotta say, we had a bunch of people say that they liked the compliment day. So I think we do it. And
Okay.
then for the insult day, we pick a day, and then all of us that don't want to be roasted just won't show up. And
It's
so,
not called insult. It's called
oh,
roast. It's a difference. It's a
what
difference.
can you explain the I enthusiastically do not understand the difference?
You don't want me to right now.
Okay, all right, we'll do that after. Okay, guys. So the quote that I found, good humor,
The first
Summer
thing
says.
that came to my mind was Greg and Mike and their sense of humor. So you don't,
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect. I love my nickname. So we're going to move on. An enthusiastic heart finds opportunities everywhere, right? And doesn't that sound fantastic? I love an enthusiastic heart, but you know what? I don't always have one. So what I looked into today is how can we be more enthusiastic? Maybe when we don't feel like we're bouncing off the walls, like maybe we only had 3 cups of coffee if we're Coach Palmer, and we really needed 4. Okay, so how do we get that extra enthusiasm? Well, first of all, plug in. Surround yourself with enthusiastic people. So get around Coach Palmer when he's feeling perky. And Steven says do burpees. And I'm going to enthusiastically say no to you, Steve. I'm probably not going to do that. Summer and I were talking about surfing this week, and I'm like, I can't do a burpee on the ground. I'm probably not going to try to jump up on a surfboard. But anyway, we surround ourselves with enthusiastic people. We all know this, right? You get around your kids and they're like all excited. Don't you get a little bit excited when you get to an event and people are jumping around? Don't you feel like jumping around? Enthusiasm is contagious. So when you see someone who really loves what they do, it's hard not to get caught up in that passion. So go be around it. Number 2 is to act enthusiastic. We've all heard it. Fake it until you make it, right? When you feel discouraged or unmotivated, it can help to just try for a little bit, act like it for a little bit, and guess what? We'll start to feel it. So imagine in your head that enthusiastic person. What would they say? What would they do? How would they behave in this moment? And go be that person for a couple minutes. And guess what? You'll start to feel a little bit more enthusiastic in that moment. And we can kind of talk ourselves into it when we need to. Number three is to review your past victories. We had Tammy Maltby on here one time where she talked about a win book, and you've all heard me talk about it like 1,000 times because it's so powerful. Imagine going through a book like anybody else journal. I love to journal. And if you read my journal, it is not positive. It's like that's where I put all of the negative thoughts, all of that. It all kind of goes down in this book. And so nobody wants to ever reread that, like least of all me, because then I'm going to depress myself. But imagine if we flip that around and we wrote a journal, a win book of everything we did that day that made ourselves proud. I got up and I made my bed this morning. Good job, girl. You got one thing at least marked off on your list. I made the call. I exercised. I did whatever it was. Put those little victories down because doesn't that make you feel a little bit more proud, a little bit more enthusiastic? Number four is to inspire yourself with stories of greatness, right? We go watch Ken Stringer win those championships barbecuing and we get inspired by his wins, right? Go find those great stories of people that have done something. Read one inspiring story a day. Look up, some kind of story on Mother Teresa or Frederick Douglass. I don't know, but go look something up and be inspired because that helps us feel more enthusiastic. Number five is not as maybe exciting, but it helps us get there is define your goals and then go plan how to achieve them. Because when we have a plan in place, we can be a little bit more enthusiastic in that place. Number six is that gratitude list. We all know the power of gratitude and where it takes us. And we can feel more enthusiastic when we look at all of the beautiful things that we have to be grateful for because we're all surrounded with them. I'm going to skip a couple because I'm running out of time. So we're going to jump to number eight, which is make time for fun. If you guys want six, seven, eight, I don't know, or six and seven, I'll write them down. Oh, six, seven. Anyway, make time for fun because that helps us have more joy in our life. And when we have more joy, we have more enthusiasm. And we're going to end with that because we actually have three birthdays to sing to today because we have another birthday. Well, Maggie's not on here, but we have Lance. And in the chat, we found out that it was Marilyn McConnell's birthday as well. So we can sing to Lance and Marilyn this morning.
Marilyn and Lance. And Lance, how many sandwiches, bud, are you making over there? Holy moly. Send a couple my way. All right. Happy birthday, guys. And we hope you have an amazing day. Lance, I know it was this weekend for you, buddy. We love you, appreciate you. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Dear Lance.
Dear Lance and
Happy
Marilyn,
birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
you.
Have a beautiful
You
new
guys hope you have a
year.
beautiful birthday.
Hey, have a great day.
Many
Love all you guys.
more
Big
beautiful,
old family.
Guys,
enthusiastic part
grateful
of the
for
coaches
you. Have a
club.
great day out there.
You
See you.
guys have a great day.
Happy birthday, guys. Have a great